Alright, what's up everybody? I am finally back. It is June 30th on a Friday. I've been sitting here ready to trade. Pretty eager to trade. I've been missed the last, 3 days now? So I know this SPY's been acting pretty crazy since I left. So let's see, this is us. Yesterday, Wednesday, Tuesday I missed. And I traded this day here. So I mean, you can see these fairly big moves, especially yesterday. Had a big sell-off there, so... Still not really changing my bias. Still long biased for the most part here. So luckily for me, I got 4 big stocks that I'm looking at today that are moving pretty good today, I guess. First is Nike. It's been kind of having a little bit of a sell-off here, so I probably won't look to take it over the highs. Especially since yesterday, if this is what pre-market looked like right over here, then that would be fantastic. But instead we got a little bit of a minor sell-off here. I'd probably look for a gap and go on this. Before the close we had a little bit of a fairly nice downside here. Lots of selling. Been drawing my lines on the daily chart and everything. You can see all the way up here it's made a nice little line here, and of course that's the high of where the pre-market hit already. All these shorts coming in here, probably gonna get nervous about this, so I definitely want to keep an eye on Nike today, especially at the open. I feel like I might set up for a pretty good trade here if we see a nice little small pullback and then take it long. The second one is MU. It's another earnings. Nike was an earnings too, so you see it's been bouncing off of this 33. This is definitely something I want to pay attention to today. Again, another small sell-off here. I'd like to see it shoot back up here. We got 15 minutes to go until we get to the open, so we'll see what happens. But again, I'll be looking at that one for another gap and go. Red bars lately have been a little bit bigger than the greens. Got that big one there. This one here. This tiny one here didn't really do too much. And this one, the green moves haven't been too huge as of lately, but I'm thinking if it gets above this 33, we'll definitely see something, because I mean, hasn't been there in almost 2 years, so. And this candle all the way over there is almost at 33, so keeping an eye on that one. Looking at APRN, I guess this was an IPO, an IPO yesterday. I don't know what the deal with this is. Going back to 2001 there, you can see I have no idea what happened. Looking at the pre-market, it's been bouncing all over the place. I'll probably keep an eye on it later in the day. Not anything in the open here, but the last stock that I'm looking at for the open is Hain here. Hain's been making a pretty big move, also pulling back. I'm kind of curious. The SPY has been somewhat pulling back. It was up to I don't know. Looking at about 7, it was up at 242.40, so I mean add another 30 to this, we got almost a whole point up on it, but we've been pulling back a little bit. Paying attention to Hain here, volume's kind of dying out, but the daily definitely looks interesting at the least. And it's seen this huge gap here, all the way at the top of this candle is 41, so if we end up breaking that at some point in the day, you know, we just got this whole huge gap to fill right now. Especially had a huge bounce too, which is kind of interesting because I know the SPY's had a fairly big drop off the past couple days, but this stock doesn't really care, so it's been moving up, and that's definitely something that I want to pay attention to. We broke out of this 39, broke out of the 38, next was the 40. We got above the 40 a little bit, but we're kind of pulling back, and then we got the new high up here at the 41.30, and that's the last resistance to look for a break. But we'll have to see what this one does at the open again too. It might be another gap and go trade. The last stock that I'm looking at is Cara. It's the only downside stock that I got today, but not doing too much pre-market. Definitely had a pretty big sell-off here. I'm trying to draw some lines and get a better picture of where we're trading in the ranges. The next spot's going to be a little bit above 17, it looks like. I'll probably leave this one alone at the open. Watch it later in the day, see what the SPY does later in the day. I think biotech kind of is finally pulling back a little bit. Yeah, I can see the big run up, and now we're finally starting to pull back, so that'll be something to pay attention to later in the day. Tech has been still moving down a little bit, also something to pay attention to. And I noticed the financial sector has been a little fairly green. Big run up a couple weeks ago, a little bit of a pullback, and then a big run up again, so we'll see what it does today. But as for my sheet in front of me, definitely want to draw lines on the daily. Just did that. My losses have been too big, so I definitely need to manage my risk a little bit better and not let my orders run all the way to my stop loss anymore. Volume shows momentum, looking for increasing volume, kind of something like this, just on the ones. Biotech finally pulled back, financial sector is hot. Watch other charts while you are in a trade if they are one-to-one. So if I notice something like the SPY and Nike or something are basically one-to-one, then I want to be keeping an eye on that. So if the SPY starts dropping and I'm long, then I want to be able to start looking to get out of Nike or something like that. The open is all about price discovery, looking for 20 to 30% of the average daily volume. Pay attention to VWAP failure. We'll look for short interest. Take my setups, take what the market gives me. Don't force myself on the market. Don't wait around for the market to do what I want it to do. The market is going to do what the market is going to do, and I have no part in it, and I should not let my emotions get in the way. Just take what the market gives me. Always looking for big volume, bigger size. Do you want this stock to affect your P&L? So whenever I'm about to take a trade, I need to think, do I want this trade to be a trade that is going to affect my profit and losses? And also pay attention to supply and demand areas. Now that I'm looking at it, I suppose this could kind of be a supply area up here because it had a fairly sharp move back down. But we will just have to wait and see what happens. That's all I got for now. I'll be back on in 10 minutes looking to trade something. Okay, sitting here looking at a bunch of stuff. MU's pulling down. SPY is really moving up. Let's see. Tough choice. It's almost like, what do I want to trade here? MU's having a pretty big pullback. Alright, Nike's moving up here. If it gets out of the 80s, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. And there's all the buying. And there's all the selling. So let's see. I think I like Hain. Let's see, 55 is the stop. I'm gonna take 100 shares here. I'm in 100 at 39 here. Stop loss will be below the 55. The high was 4. Nike's really making a nice move now. See this? Oh, it must be a hidden seller there. Shoot. I don't know how long it'll take to break him. There we go. Look, take half off at 50. There we go. Numbers looking better. Numbers looking real good. More buyers and sellers is always good, obviously. And this thing moves quick. This thing is jumping from the teens into the 40s. Second half, I don't like the numbers. I'll let the rest of this 50 run here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the sellers are starting to come in a little bit more than the buyers. Taking the rest off. $4 trade. Look at that turnaround. Good God. Wow. Alright. Well, what else we got? Nike's making a move. Let's see. That is right at yesterday. Alright, I'm turning off for now. See if anything else pops back up. Alright guys, I'm going to take this Nike trade here. I am long 300 shares at 57.73, stop loss at 61 here. It's been having a pretty interesting move at the moment. Plus the SPY's been helping out here. Same with the sector's been moving up the XLY up here. So we finally got a break. It had a really nice pattern here. You can see on the 5s it had this big break, and then now it's finally starting to squeeze up here. Same with the 15s, kind of like a bull flag formation here. Looks like we're finally starting to see something. Definitely looking for about 15 cents on it. This needs to be 300. Started liking the volume that was showing up, so I was looking for the breakout, obviously, of the trend line here. And then we got the bottom support. Definitely not a bad trade. Not a bad setup anyway. Not one of my usual setups, I guess you could say, but I like it. The numbers are looking pretty good too for the buyers and sellers. Yeah, you can see that buy-in starting to come in here. This looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. You know what, I just realized I definitely mismatched my size. I'm only risking 12 cents here. So what is that, $36? Yeah, I really shortchanged myself on this one. That kind of sucks. Well, yeah, there's the move. Oh. I'd like to see what it does around the 58 here. You can see we got up to 20 up there. Big move up, big pullback. See what happens. Come on, stay green. I want this to be green. It's a couple pennies here. Oh, come on. Hasn't done anything bad yet. It's just kind of pulling back. I'll probably take off half my size if it gets into the 60s. Kind of a decent sized seller there, I guess. Okay, here we go. Here's a big move. Still not seeing any exit signals yet. Numbers are still looking good here. Yeah, sellers are starting to stack up here. I might want to... Yeah, any big pullback into the 80s here, and I'll take half. Yeah, sellers are really starting to stack up. And the SPY's moving. Okay, I'm taking half here. The sector's starting to kind of top out here, and the same with the SPY. Plus the numbers are stacking up on the ask, so definitely a good spot to take. We'll see what happens with the rest. We're still moving. Yeah, here we go. Everything's starting to turn. I want to see what happens with the closed candles. SPY's starting to dip. Sector's starting to dip. Yeah, that sound's coming in. But I also know that stocks like to check out whole numbers, so we'll see if it gets up there. Volume's definitely not bad. 5s look good. 15's alright. Yeah, 15's look really good. Big seller there. I really like this for possible take it later in the day. I'll probably take another half off here. Let 75 shares just run for a while. Look at those sellers. SPY and sector's moving down, but Nike is moving up. Not liking the numbers. Well, Nike can't make up its mind, and neither can I. Alright, taking another half. Let's see. 5s, we got basically right almost right in my entry. Yeah, if I got 74, that 5 was 75. I don't need a hard stop. I can check it myself here. Yeah, anything in the 70s, I'll take the rest. Hmm. Hmm. Nike is all over the place. Okay, taking the rest there. $46 trade. Okay, I'm going to be done for the day. Finishing up $50. Do a quick review. Then I got the weekly and the monthly because we are finished. So, first trade that I took today was Hain. I was looking at it at the open, had a nice big spike up. Kind of started selling off towards the open, so I wasn't looking to take it over the highs for my favorite gap trade, but it ended up being a nice gap and go trade. Had a nice move down, and then a nice quick move back up. See the longs wicks, I always like those. Then it pops over the highs, ended up getting all the way up to about 50. Although I went back and watched the video and I didn't sell around the area, and there were a couple of exit signals that I probably should have taken a little more seriously. I guess it did end up getting up to my my target profit, but I thought it might get more because the SPY being up and everything and whatnot. Actually, let me check the first candle of the day on the SPY here. Yeah, we can see a kind of like a little bit of a drop down there, and it's probably even more of an exit indicator. Should have just taken what I had, dealt with it, but that's the way it goes. Ended up being a $4 trade. Second trade that I took was Nike. Let's see. I was looking at it, I guess mainly on the 5s. I removed the lines from it, but it had a really nice wedge formation here. Even on the 15s, it's more of like a bull flag here, and it was a really nice move. Let's see if I can find it. Wasn't any of these. I think it was right around here. Yes, it was. It was right around here because it was finally starting to squeeze up, and where the lines were intersecting here, and we had the big move up, a little bit of a pullback, and then a nice move all the way up to 58. Ended up actually taking too small of a size, so this trade probably should have been more around a $60 winner, but instead 46. Still a little bit better than a 1-to-1 risk reward, which is obviously what I'm always trying to get, so it worked out very nicely. I'm just kind of curious here. I wanted to see what happened with this. Oh, come on. With the 58 level there. Yeah, broke it. Didn't do too much, and now we're just kind of hovering around doing nothing. But overall, not a bad day. Took what I saw, took what I can get. Hain definitely should have been a little bit better. I mean, I went back and watched the videos. Same for Nike too. I got it sitting up right here. So overall, $50 a day. Okay, now I got a lot to talk about for the weeklies and whatnot. So my month of June was overall pretty bad. See, this was today, and this was really this week. I only took 3 trades this week because I was on camping just a little bit ago. But see if I can ride this thing all the way up here. Not all the way up, but ever since June. So we got June 5th there. So excluding commissions here, I made a total profit of $16 this month, which is a profit, I guess you could say. Kind of curious about the R average here too. Not interested with the sum. The average was minus 0.03, so that means, okay, so I did a lot of research into what I'm doing and everything, and one thing that I absolutely have to do is I have to go back and I have to figure out what went right for this week, because I need to have this week over and over and over again. So I need to go back and watch the videos and see exactly what it was that happened each and every time for that week and make it just like that over and over again. So one of the main things that I was doing this month really is I was letting my losers run way too much. I definitely wasn't managing my risk that well, and I had to limit my losses because it was absolutely getting to be too much. I know there was a day in here, like you see these ones here, minus 2.6, and this day was just awful, minus 1.12, 0.9, 1.23. I'm even going over my stop losses in most cases here. I got a 1, another 1, all 4 right there. It's just really not good risk management there. And same with letting my winners run. You can see on the opposite side of the green scale here, I got some 1s, some above 1s, but a few just a little bit below. That's another thing I gotta pay attention to whenever I go over my videos that I'm gonna watch over the weekend here, is how far should I have let my I guess cutting my winners and taking early profits whenever I could, because I got this is why I made this where was the stock 5 minutes after column here, because I want to know if I decided to stay in, if it's going to be up 5 minutes from now, chances are it's probably going to be up a minute or 2 minutes after I exited. So that's something I really need to pay attention to. So for next month, I definitely got to keep an eye on that. For weeklies here, 2 wins, 3 trades this week. I mean, obviously I missed Tuesday through Thursday, so only 1 winning day was today. The other, I think it was Monday, was just a break-even day. Only paid $8 in commissions. Made $49 with commissions, $41 this week. Another thing that I just added on this is my average trade commission. So basically, any trade that I'm taking, if I make $4, then it's a break-even trade, which basically happened today with the Hain trade. Just made $4 on it. Commission for that one was actually, I believe it was $4. Now that I'm thinking about it. No, that's a lie. That was just for the total day. My commissions were $5 for today. Just on the other trade here, it was just $3. But then for the monthly here, I added in April. For some reason, I skipped over April. I don't know why I did that. But overall, June was down $42, which is interesting because if I go through this, I just saw I was plus 16. I'll have to look into that. I guess Lightspeed or either I'm making some minor mistakes or something. But let's see, this is minus 42, and that's excluding commissions, and I get these numbers from Lightspeed, so I guess whatever Lightspeed's showing me, I don't know, maybe my math might be a little off in here or something. I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But minus 42 on the month, which actually isn't terrible, I guess, because looking at the win to loss, you can basically consider if each win was $50, each loss was $40. I'm pretty much right where I should be. But if I manage my risk a lot better, this obviously could have been a lot higher, because some of those losses were just way too big, while some of those winners were, bigger than I needed it to be. So that ended up, it's actually not as bad as it looks, I guess I could say, because I can see where the mistakes were and everything. 139 in commissions, 6 for 16 on winning days. Total with commission minus 181, so I am sitting at a total loss of 775, which from that obvious horrible mistake that I made that one day, I'm only sitting down $200, so 2 good trades and I'm right back still at break even. So definitely got to start paying attention to what I'm doing a little more, start getting a little more serious about doing my own reviews over my own videos and whatnot. But can always see the light. Always not gonna be just a dark tunnel. I have no idea what I'm doing, but so this is my monthly review. If I think of anything else, I'm probably gonna make a video this week. I added a bunch of stuff onto this spreadsheet here. But yep, that is all I got for now. Thanks again for watching. I will be back on Monday.